time in anticipation from being a mayor station to what? To a fully fledged entity. The onus is upon you to see that you cross over. In the year 2022, when I was here for camp meeting, I met you and told you that when I go, I will be able to bring you some visitors. So that time we were here for a full week, I was here for their camp meeting. And for last year, I know you've been working tirelessly. The conference president has been always giving me update reports that the work is moving forward. And when I was at the division, I found that what I had promised you in 2022 was being undermined by a vote that came up, and that vote was that there will be no more field and conference reorganization in the entire division for this quinquennium. And so it was on the agenda and I found it. But the Lord intervened. Amen. I took the courage and put my hand up. And I told them, for Uganda Union, consider us only for this time. And out of that, it was voted that there would be no more field and conference reorganization in the entire ECD territory apart from Uganda. And immediately a committee of 5 was put in place. And that committee was to come to Uganda and assess our preparedness for the statements that I had the courage to voice over the floor. I told them Uganda is ready. Now it is up to you to bail me out, or to bury me, or to bury me. And today, we want to tell you that our visitors are here with us. And bringing these visitors, we have to send our leaders from the conference who are here, led by the president, and he has already introduced them. But we also have been following, and the entire Uganda Union leadership and officers are also here with us. Amen. I'm a pleasure to introduce to you Pastor Chibundu. He's now Pastor. Amen. Pastor Chibundu, our treasurer, is here with us. And Pastor Nicholas Buchamazire is also here, our union executive secretary. And we are coming just to host and escort our visitors. Our visitors this time are led by the team leader, and that is Pastor Paul Mwasia. Pastor Paul Mwasia is the General Field Secretary of the division, who is also directly working with the president of the division to plan and prepare for mission in the entire division. So when the committee sat, they wanted one with experience. They wanted one who can represent the presidency. And they picked no other, but one who has served through all the stratas of church administration, having also worked as a union president in Kenya before, and now serving at the division. And here we have Pastor Mwase as the leader of the team. He is not spoken, but very clean and straight to the point. And when his time comes, you will see him. But he's leading a team of 4 others. And you have already seen one who was preached to us with power, encouraging us. In fact, it was not an encouragement. It was an affirmation that we are crossing. Amen. When a leader who is coming to evaluate us will say, let us cross, why should you remain behind? And so Dr. Dmitry has been our devotion speaker, and we want to thank you, Pastor, for the message. Together with him, we have another strict, also soft-spoken, very articulate, very clean and professional man who is coming to look at our treasury issues. He has an eye for detail. And when they were coming, they were saying, come to Uganda, they wanted no other but one who could see even the pin and the dot. And he is no other than Elder Jackson Orlando, the Associate Treasurer of the division. Amen. May I request you to greet us? We also have on the committee one who is our brother and neighbor. He has been here crisscrossing with mission when he was at the division as a departmental director. But later on, he went back home and he assumed the presidency, and he is the union president of the North East Congo in DRC. And his name is Pastor Mangachuchu. Pastor, may I request you to greet your brothers and sisters.
Maranatha. Jesus is coming. I hope we go together.
We have another person in the team. And this one is not an assistant, he's not an associate, but he is an under secretary of the division. There are differences. And if you talk about being soft-spoken, he is. But much more than that, he's deep. Not only in voice, but also in content. And he's the person who, when I was executive secretary of Uganda Union, he took it upon himself to tutor me into the secretariat. And he is a long-serving man also, but one who, when it comes to matters of policy interpretation and application, is the person who is the consultant in our entire division. So when we have any problem, how is this understood? How would we interpret this? How would we apply this? You waste time to call anyone else, but you call this man. And you'll be sure he will begin by saying, I think, but by the time he finishes, you'll be sure that what he has thought is exact. And he's no other but Dr. Tomoga. Dr. May I request you to do that. Allow me at this time, without wasting any much time, because I've already wasted. Without wasting any more, allow me to invite our team leader, Pastor Coleman, to come and tell us how we shall proceed from here, and also our president. Pastor Coleman.
Once a baby is born, the baby you say is who? East Buganda Field. You know, Jesus spoke a parable to Nicodemus. And Nicodemus was confused. And he asked Jesus, somebody might be like me, because he was told he wanted to be born again. And he asked, somebody be like me. Can I go back again to my mother's womb and be born again? And is it possible? But can you be given a field, and then that field is withdrawn? Is it possible for East. See the East Buganda? Eastern Buganda field. After you are given, is it possible for it to be taken away, to be withdrawn? Is it possible for it to be withdrawn? Is it possible for it to be disbanded? Yes. How many of you are saying yes? How many of you are saying like another lady we met and she said no? And we are going to protect that baby to ensure nobody can touch that baby. Remember that child? After my church came and tried to do things around it, and the answer seemed to be good. Because he twisted it and the red was saying that when we are given, we are going to protect that baby and not going to touch it. But alright, the baby can be born and there are things which can happen and the baby is withdrawn. In the church policy, there are processes to disband fields which are given. The way there are processes to disband churches. Not the thing if you are given a church, that church is forever. There are things which that church can do, and you hear that church is disbanded. And you tell me some of the things which after this baby is born, you can do, and the baby is withdrawn. Some things which can happen. And the baby is withdrawn. You are not a pastor? Are you a pastor? Are you a pastor? Yes, sir. I don't want a pastor. I know you are not a pastor. You know? Also know? One. If you start wrong teachings and you throw away the church manual and you say we are not going to work according to the policies of the Seminary and Adventist Church, just by that feeling, you stop being Seminary and Adventist, you stop being a Seventh-day Adventist field, and that status can be withdrawn. You can be disbanded. The same body which gave you the status, it can be taken away. Number two, what else?
Decline in spiritual growth.
Decline in spiritual growth. That one I'm not sure. If you start declining, whether the status can be withdrawn. Unless you start closing the churches, but there should be every resource why the churches are dying and the members are dying and yeah. But that will take longer than the other processes.
Financial stability.
Financial stability. You know your current financial status. Should it reach a time when you cannot support the workforce and the activities in the field? You cannot pay your pastors. You cannot pay your pastors. You cannot buy stationery. You cannot even give whatever is given to pastors. And you cannot even give the offerings and tithes which are supposed to go to the union to support the work in the union and the division and general conference. That one is possible. That the status can be withdrawn. You cannot support the work by your finances. And if it's withdrawn, you know you can be taken back again to Western or somewhere else. And be taken back there. Or it's not Western, to CUC. You can be taken back again to CUC. Something else which can happen? Yes?
If it's where you take care of the members and you help the people,
if you fail,
that's the failure.
that's something which was facilitated and which was made by Madam there. Something else?
reduction in church membership.
That one has been said. Anything else? If you say you are not going to cooperate, if you say that you are not going to cooperate with a union, and you say you don't want to see Pastor Maka here from today, you don't want to see, and the people from the union, let them not step here. And then here the people from the general conference are coming, you say no, and you go to the office. I don't know where the office is going to be. Then you go to the office, and you lock. The office says, you carry the key. Then you have paralyzed the operation there, and the only option will be withdraw, status, close, substitute, and if there are some faithful members, you try to find out what will be done to them. There could be other resources. Another status can be given, and it can be withdrawn.
Finance matters are easy, straightforward, and made. That also, but factual. That also, yes, in finance there's no argument. The facts are either black or white. How many are in business here? Let me see how many are in business. And how many are married? Almost all of us. For those who are married, before you married, you had a plan of how you're going to take care of your family. Who came up with this plan? You or your wife? It's you. You don't want to give honor to the wife. You want the honor to the other. You're the one who married her. Okay. We are called the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Is that also?
Yes.
And we are in mission. Whose mission? God's mission. And this is called Central Uganda. So this will be East Buganda Station. East Buganda Station belongs to who? Okay, let me set my question in a manner that you can understand. East Buganda Station is a station for the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The Seventh-day Adventist Church in Uganda belongs to who? Belongs to God. Who has a responsibility to run the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Uganda? God has a responsibility. That is very correct. And this responsibility of God, because we don't see God. Have you seen God? You have never seen God. You believe. You believe He's there. But you have never seen Him walk into this room and work with you. But you say this church belongs to Him, and you are working for Him, and you have never seen Him, and you believe He appointed you to work for Him. So, and this church runs. So for the church to run, who came up with a plan that enables the church to run? God Himself. And what is that plan? Yes. By paying tithes and offerings. Did you say it was devised by the leadership of Uganda Union? You say it was devised by God Himself. And how does that plan work? How did? Can you tell me God's strategy? When you tell me God devised it, then He must have explained to us His strategy, at least the details of that plan. So can somebody help me explain the details of that plan that God has given us to run His work? Yes, I know. Yes, sir. God told us to give him what? 10% of 10% of our increase. And when he told us to have in this 10% of our increase, he did have some people to give it and some people not to give it. All of us. As long as we are blessed. What if we are not blessed? If we are not blessed, this is a plan for the blessed body. And I don't know how you sign it. So we agree that God has a plan. And that plan is based on our partnership with Him. Is that okay? Yes. So that partnership is individual, or is it corporate? Is it individual partnership with God or corporate partnership with God? Individual. That means the Seventh-day Adventist Church has at the core of all its operations the individual man. Is that okay? Yes. And each member has an individual responsibility to ensure that the work of God goes on smoothly. Is that okay? Yes. So what happens if this individual does not cooperate with God? Not even before I go to that question, let me ask this question before I get there. Why did God decide that He has to partner with an individual? Because He also He has the option of just looking at it as the corporate body, and then He operates and decides to operate the church at the corporate level. But then He has decided that He has to deal with us at our own individual level. Why do you think so? Yes. Because you will take individuals to heaven, not to corporate. And what is, okay, you have something to say, just say.
Because as we enter into this church, we don't enter as corporate, but as individual. So we take the oath to somebody individually.
Okay. He says that when you enter this church, you enter as an individual, not as a corporate God. Yes.
Yeah. Salvation is individual.
Salvation is individual. I saw a hand there, and that will be the last. Same. Salvation is individual. Why are we here? Before I tell you the answer to that, why are we here as church members? Why are you a Seventh-day Adventist? Did you read that? Can you read for me the first line? Anybody who can see? The first line, our mission.
Make disciples of Jesus Christ,
Who lead us. That is the first I want. That we are all being called to be like Jesus. That's so. And when God has given us this plan, it is an invitation to be like Him. It's God is very benevolent. That's all. And we are all asked to be like Him. And God is coming up with this plan of salvation and infusing His church with a theater in which He wants this kind of to be played. He invites us to partner with Him. And in partnership with Him, He's actually telling us that we are supposed to be like Him. So then, what happens if we refuse to follow this plan that He has given us? Are we together? Is that still money or something else? What then happens if we refuse to follow the strategy that the owner of the work has himself designed for us? You're saying that you don't know. Can I ask the question again? Yes. This is the question. There's a plan from the owner of the work, and he has given us that plan. And we have known why he has given us that plan. But what happens if we refuse to follow the plan?
He has the authority to punish us.
He has the authority to punish us. Yes?
Like we learned from the other side. If you refuse to cooperate, the relationship is withdrawn. So if we don't cooperate with God, He withdraws the relationship. Actually, we withdraw ourselves from His relationship with Him. Everything that happens.
In other words, okay. Right now for Malaysia, it's in a very simple.
Once we don't cooperate with God, we are laying His return.
Wait, we are?
Laying.
Laying his return. We are delaying his return.
We are delaying his return. Anyway, all those answers are correct, but the answer I wanted is this. We simply fail to relate Jesus. And that effectively excludes us from the family of God. That's where, so then, the church must run on tithes and offerings. That's the plan that God has given. Actually, Mrs. White tells us, God only ordained means of supporting His work. So that, and this is how it works, that He blesses us. Now, these are the details of God's strategy. That He blesses us. What do you own? What do you own on this planet? Nothing. Do you agree that everything belongs to God? And He has given you everything to the extent that He has given you. And what He expects from you is that out of His abundant blessings, you partner with Him. And everything belongs to Him. But He has called you into His church. And He tells you that which I have given to you, I have a church that must do the work of pointing men and women to Jesus. Now, you need to play a part. That part can be the spoken one. That part can be lending your time. That part can be using your talent. But that part also involves using the resources that He has given to you. That is God's plan, that He blesses us. And then in return, by whatever form of blessing that He's given us, we have to use that one now to further the work. So as the new faith, that's the new faith, the new proposed faith, translation, the new proposed faith. The Lord has called each and every one of us to have an individual part in this work. So if anybody is not involved in this part, then it means you are cutting yourself off as from being a member of the family of God. And how many of us want to exclude ourselves from Jesus? Let me be honest. We don't want to. And how many are faithful in tithes and offerings? If you're not faithful, don't raise up your hand. How many are faithful in tithes and offerings? You know, I check books. And that statistic I have is a very positive. Yes, the hand will see go up and this way. But anyway, what comes in is that the church will not see angels come down from heaven. The angels are you and me. Actually, yesterday I was coming to Asia. I was doing some reading in the month. Now there's a lot, there's so many committees inside. Are we together? Are we together? Yes. I want to end with this. So that time is now, we're making another book. I was telling you that while I was coming. I'm not part of that. I was part of that of the reported the park as it is. But this set of mind and history, they don't go together. But at least I can think of what I read, the details of what I read. The book Answers on Stewardship, that's the book I was reading when I was coming from the other side. And that part was talking about the blessings that God gave us as human beings. Some have been blessed with much. Some have been blessed with it. And God uses that intentionally. He does that intentionally. Actually, that part, in that part, those who have read the book, Answers in Stewardship, God even lays a claim on what is in the hands of unbelievers. And they will say that if an unbeliever brings in his offerings or our offerings, do not stand in that way that this one is a sin. No sinner has anything. And no righteous person has anything. They all belong to God. Each of us, whether righteous or evil, have been given something by God, whether it is talent or whether it is resources. And the Lord is looking upon us to see whether that which He has given us will use well. Actually, in that section of the book, Mrs. White tells us that many who have been given resources and have instead decided to satisfy they are all human. Let me say, it what is on that term, but the human enjoyment. She says that many of them have the word written against them, no longer steward. The word is not taken from them. It still belongs to God, but against them, the Lord has written the word, no longer stewardship. And stewardship is a position. Actually, I don't know, that's not the word. It's I'm forgetting the word. It's where the government is represented in the head. The position of honor. That's the term that is stewardship. Stewardship is a position of honor. So the Lord has invited us to partner with Him as His stewards. So how many of us want to have the word written, the word no longer stewards written against us? Do we want? Now, the call is individual, the responsibility is individual, the foundation or the mission of this church is individual. It does not rest on the leadership of them that just hear us, but all of us have individual responsibility to ensure that the mission of God works and works well through the design that God Himself has given. Thank you.
Good afternoon. When they say that I'm about administration, I'm confused because they have done it. What they were talking about. But when we were discussing, before I come here, they told me to talk about doctrines. And as you know, doctrines, it is between you and God. But we came to evaluate, not because we are better than you, but it is a service that is needed in order to fulfill your program. I see that everybody is looking at me. They wonder, this one will give us a chance to have our field. You know, we are very happy. We saw the eagerness of Eastern field, how they want very strongly the fields. When we were in Valley, it was tough. When we came to Uganda, Uganda was the same. When we were at Ginger, it was the same. Here, I am afraid. I saw that everybody has got. Everyone is strong. You have many pastors. You have many elders. So it means that you are almost there. Even though I'm in your side, I wish you would fulfill this. But I have some questions. Can you help me? What doctrines? Because I'm talking about doctrines. What doctrines would be a hindrance to your district to be a field? I want you to underline some for helping you. Do you have young people who bring their wives in their houses without passing by church? Because you know, in many areas, I'm a president of the union, and I have a tough territory. That is in Upper Congo, where you preach about authoritarian the behavior that can be accepted in the church. At the end, the elders will meet you and say, Pastor, this is what you have found as a sermon. There was no other sermon to talk about this. Because you can see a wife today in this house. After 2 years, you found her in another house. And nobody is bothered. And when she has passed through all the houses, she will come back to the first husband. That's when we will come back. So when we talk about to be strict to one wife, they will tell you weekend. That is very strong. Pastor, talk about the other things, but not this one. So I want yourself to accuse yourself. One doctrine that are very different here in your district that was a hindrance for you to stay longer, even though you wanted to be a field, but the leaders could not grant. Somebody? Oh, you are perfect. No problems here. Yeah, I'm that. You know, that is the courageous man.
The doctrine of the church.
The doctrine of the church. Yeah, there are many, but can you tell one specifically? Which one you see that was very, very hard to overcome? Okay. Yes. Again.
I can say unit.
Unit
Unit in the body of Christ.
And unit, harmony in the church. Thank you, my brother. You are courageous. You know, wherever we passed, we asked this question, but nobody wanted to accept that when you see me as your brother or a young one. have our church that is specifically the Church of the General Conference. I went with my cousins, and when we reached there, the elders, they are all old, because they come among the retired pastors who were working at the General Conference. They came to see me, and I saw in their eyes that there was a problem. And they told me, oh, you are coming to worship with us? They say, yes. They say, you know, we want to advise you. It's better to go to Saint Emmanuel. That is the church of black people. And they say, there you will be happy. They will shout at you, you will dance, and it will be okay. And I looked at the eyes of this, and I told you then, and they said, you know, I'm not different to you. I am president of the union. So they said, oh, okay, that one we can accept that you understand. Please come, brother. Come. So it is not only in Africa, it may be even here. I want to ask the second question. Why do you want England to have your own freedom? Why do you love so much to have your own field in this area? And you say, we were in the eastern field, but we want our, yes, my brother.
Maybe the services grows after.
So you mean that when you were with others, there was a hindrance to pull you not to give a service to your brother? No, you know, we want to know. We want to know. There is nobody who accuses you. Do you follow me? It's just an exercise that we are doing. So, my brother.
You have grown in number. You have connected to so many churches.
Yes.
You have evangelized and baptized so many people.
So now you see,
It's so big. So my pastor.
you have to manage.
And yes.
That is good. That is good. You know, when you don't take a drink by yourself, you have to ask an authorization, and you are waiting the answer that can be okay, no, wait. If this status is not granted, could you continue to be happy? I want to see your hands. You know, when we accept, we raise our hands, and we are taking as a witness who? God is the one who is seated there. I say that this job of mine is very tough, because I can't see in your hearts. But I have to ask this question. So, don't always think that even if it is not granted, they will continue to be happy.
Yes.
Thank you. Majority has good heart. But there are others who are putting the hand. No, you know, it doesn't matter if you are happy or not. The Lord will do what fits for you. Do you believe in that? Yes. And actually, I promise you, I will pray for you so that you can. But even so, who think that they will not be happy? You yourself. You can't say everyone will be happy. So who cannot be happy? And so on. Do you want to put it up or you are scratching your head?
Happiness.
Okay.
What I want to say is that I will have to learn so that we can improve where we are lacking. But I can't be excited because I'm afraid.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to ask the last question. In my union, we have a problem that is growing faster. Young people in the church, they started slowly drinking. Do you have people here that are drunk up? You know, one day we voted at the union that anybody who will drink and is discovered, we will put him aside. You know, we will not chase anybody to come to the church, but we will never give him a job, a responsibility in the church, because he will misrepresent the doctrines of the church. So, how is the situation? Because we want to pray for you, and we have to tell God everything that is wrong to help you to overcome it. So, do you have that in this church? In this district, nobody is drinking. May God bless you. And really, we are happy, and we think that the most thing that you can give to us, this team that came to evaluate, is to be with us in heaven. I pray for you. May God bless you.
Have you found a beautiful girl? Yes. Okay. If you have found a beautiful girl, do you have the cows? Do you have the cows? Yes. Can you show me the cows? Can you show me the cows? So that we can know that it is serious business. Okay. I want to ask you about institution of missions. Institutions of mission. The policy says you cannot marry without a good number of cows. So I've come here to verify whether those cows are there. What are the institutions of missions? Can somebody tell us what are the institutions of missions? When you talk about institution of mission, what are we talking about? Yes, back there, ma'am. Talking about? Hallelujah. Can we clap for her? We are talking about Adventist schools? Are we talking about Catholic schools? Are we talking about Muslim schools? What kind of schools are we talking about? Adventist schools. Do you have Adventist schools? Yes. Do you have Adventist school? Yes. How many of them? How many of them? You may not have them because now everybody has gone fast. Now everybody is saying, How many of them? Many. We are talking about Mkono Station. We are talking everything. We are doing it in Mkono Station. In Mkono Station, how many Adventist schools do you have? Can somebody raise up there? Because I don't know what that means. Yeah.
5.
There are 5.
Yes.
They are run by the church.
Yes.
Teachers are paid. Who pays the teachers?
The church.
Huh? They are paid. The teachers are paid by the church.
What are the names of those 5? Can you speak loud?
We have gentlemen, SBA Church.
Yeah.
We have Mese. We have Namlesa, Center, and
If I go and visit those schools, who are the head teachers? Boko Haram or Al-Shabaab? Who are the head teachers? Yes.
We have Pharaoh.
You have 12? Or you have 12
We
schools?
have Pharaoh institutions, schools.
12 schools? Adventist schools? Others are saying no. They are not sure.
They are Pharaoh.
Is it 12 or is it 5?
More than 5.
They are more than 5. Private schools? How many private schools?
They are about 11.
Everybody's confused now. Everybody's confused now. Should I add it to mine? When you don't even know how many cups you have? Okay, let's go to the next question now. As you think about it, let's go to the next question now. Now, how many health centers or health facilities does Nkono Station have? How many say 0? How many? Even that one you don't know? You don't know? Yes. You have one? What is the name of that one? Huh? Yes.
That one is church related.
That is church related. We are talking about SDM maintained. SDM maintained. Okay, that one, maybe I'll just give you a mark of 1. Okay, let's go to the next one. How many radio stations do you have here? Pardon? 0. They only have one that is okay, now let's go to the station. How many radio stations do you have? 0. How many TV stations do you have? 0. Are you ready to marry? Are you ready to marry? Why do we need institutions of mission? Why do we need them? Why is it so important that we badly need this? We need them yesterday. We need them yesterday. And we should not be counting those that were started by missionaries. Because if a missionary is resurrected today, Pastor Lee, resurrected today. And so what he built is what is still there. He will have a heart attack and he will die. Yes, ma'am.
Major purpose of those institutions, one is to evangelize.
Yes.
And another issue would also help us to bring in income for the church. But the major one is evangelism to make disciples for Jesus.
Can you clap for her? Roman Catholics here in Nkono. Let's talk about Roman Catholic Church here in Nkono. How many Catholic schools do they have? You can't count. From your face, you can't count them. How many health facilities do the Catholics have? Very many. Now, have you ever seen a priest going around with a microphone like this, making noise? Have you ever seen a priest preaching? Have you ever seen a nun preaching? Have you seen a sister preaching in a crusade? Does it mean they are not doing evangelism? They are doing evangelism even more than us. Last year, if you check in Google, ask Google in Nkono, how the Catholic Church, how many people join the Catholic Church in Nkono? If you compare Catholic and Adventist, who won many converts last year? SDA or Catholic?
Let's tell one another. Which one do you think won more people? Catholics. Why can't we say that? Why don't we give them credit? We are not saying that they have right theology or right message, but we cannot admit that it is the Catholics. So we are required as a church, especially these last days, if we have to finish this work, we have to have institution of mission. Because the days of walking around with the loudspeakers, those days are over. Those days are over. If you go around the marketplace preaching with a microphone, who are you going to get there? You're going to get those people who are retired, who are tired, who have no money, people who have mental illness, and who are those the kind of people who want to come and fill in the church? No. Now, the last questions now before I sit down. So what are your plans? According to your strategic plans, because this is one area I was expecting many cows. But now, let me hear about your plans. What are your plans, in your strategic plans, in order to increase the institution of mission? What are your plans? Yes.
Setting up those institutions, like in our district, Kangamira, we have already bought the land. They are starting a health center and
you have already bought the land. Can you transfer them? They look ready to close to the other side. Now, how many of you are going to buy land? Can I see by the show? How many of you are going to buy land? By the way, some of you, the Holy Spirit is telling me some of you have too much land. Some of you have too much land. Are we going to take land to heaven? Are we going to take land to heaven? Are we taking money to heaven? Where will we leave the land and the money? Here. So if you have too much land, and it is evening, and we want to finish this work, I plead with you in Jesus' name, give that land for us to build an institution of mission. If you can't give that land, let's open our wallets. Let's open our wallets and let us buy. If you cannot get it, you have to do what? You have to buy. Because if you do not buy, if you don't have an administration, if you don't have an Adventist school, if you don't have a health facilities, will you ever go to the other side? Will you ever go to the other side? Is it time? Is it time? How many says it is time? May God bless you in Jesus' name. Can you clap for me? Can you clap for me?
It's also from this region. Yeah? Hey. From this region.
balindiddwa ba Israel Master Guide ngenda basaba fenna ngenda basaba
As you are going to sing the East African anthem, hot salute! As we are going to sing the Buganda anthem, hot salute!
that the police section, which you are well covered and with in your history, were dispatched to us, and they have given us enough security to take care of our security details of our guests from since they arrived here on the 27th up to this day. Amen. I want to report that our guests are pleased, they are secure. We have traversed this country. We started in Poto, where we inaugurated a diocese there. We went to Soga, we inaugurated another one there. In that time, we had the Vice President, Her Excellency herself, and then we proceeded to the east, and we inaugurated one in Kamumpoli, in Bukedi, and then another one in Bale, where we moved from yesterday to today, when we are here in the final day. We want to welcome you because this is our climax, and after here, our leaders will be visiting His Excellency the President. Then from there, they will get out of the country. But I'm happy to introduce to you our President. We also have presidents. We don't call them these other titles. In fact, my real title, I don't want to pronounce it always, because there is one who is also here and who has that title. But I am called the President of Uganda. But it doesn't end there. The President of Uganda of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. That's where my skill comes from, when I finish the sentence. And so there is a president higher than me, and that is responsible for my installment also, and that's the President of the East Central African Division. So that you can be able to get a glimpse of the person we're talking about, the Seventh-day Adventist Church is divided into 4 levels of church administration. The first level is the local church. That local church is presided over also by a president, and that president is the pastor. So the pastor is also a president in his own territory. But when many pastors come together with their churches, they make up an organization which we call a field, a conference, or a diocese. And so those churches come together, and the diocese is a team of many organized churches. And as the previous speaker said, he is the LC1 chairman who presides over this territory called the Central Uganda Conference. And then from that level, when these fields come together, we now organize them and they become a union formation. And that is where the Archbishop presides over many bishops. And that is at the level of countries. At that level, we now jump to the world level. And that world level is called the General Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The General Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church is an organization of various unions across the world. And there, I am also a member because I report directly. But that General Conference has branches across the world. And those branches across the world are called divisions of the General Conference. And the person we have today presides over a division of the General Conference that is called the East Central Africa Division. The East Central Africa Division comprises of 11 countries of Africa. And those are Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, DRC Congo, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Eritrea, and Somalia. And so that president in that territory alone presides over a population of about 500 million people. And that is the mission that he is charged to be the future over. And he is here with us, spending moments with us. When we knew that he was coming, we asked government, we told government of his presence, and the government wanted to thank you that complied and they were able to do that which has been possible. I am happy to introduce to you our president, Pastor Dr. Blesius Uguli. He is accompanied by the executive secretary of the division, who in hierarchy becomes his deputy as well, and that is Pastor Dr. Musa Chekaro. Our president is originally from the country of Kenya, and our executive secretary has his origins in Tanzania. But we're also fortunate that a Ugandan is also present there. And the assistant treasurer of the division of the General Conference, Brother Yeza Chibra, who is a Ugandan, also came along with them and is present with us. As I introduce them, when he's present in Uganda, I am the one who paves the way. And so I have also the executive secretary of the union, Pastor Nicholas Vitamazile. But Mama, I'm also happy to inform you that apart from the Bishop of Central Uganda Conference, Pastor Samuel Kajiba, we have also other bishops with us. I'm happy to tell you that the Bishop of North Uganda Field, headquarters in Katikamu, Pastor David Simogere, is also present with us. I use the word bishop. And the bishop of your territory, where you come from Itiana itself, Pastor Lugama is present. That one is in Itiana, and when he saw you, he's been full of smiles. I think he didn't expect. I'm happy to inform you that our Bishop Emeritus, who was one of the bishops of East Territory, East Central Uganda field, Pastor James Kaja, is also here present. And Archbishop Emeritus, Pastor John Kakembo, is also present with us. Finally, allow me to inform you, Mama, that we also have the Bishop-elect, together with his two assistants, the treasurer and the secretary with us. And the Bishop-elect, who is going to be installed today in your very presence, is Pastor Jeremiah Adsekawa. I request the treasurer and the executive secretary to also rise up with him. Those three are the reason why we are here today. We want to thank you for coming, Mr. President. The one before you is not any other person, but a full cabinet minister of the Republic of Uganda. She is the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. When you see the reference here and you see issues of land, this mama is the one responsible for that important ministry. And Mama is a friend of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, as I also introduced to you. And that's why I think they have been able to say no other but the very one. Mama My name is Mama Judith Navako. Mama Judith, we have, since the last time we met, we also got some problems of life. We have some people who are disturbing us. And now that you have come here, during lunch, I will report the details. We want your assistance as a church because these people think that because we serve God, when they cheat us, we will only pray and surrender and wait for the judgment day. But before the judgment day comes, may we also run to you now that you are present to raise the long arm of the Lord, and so that you may back at them. And they respect, these people seem not to be respecting well the people of God. And so we want to help you, and we want to ask that you help us in that direction. And so, Pastor, Mr. President, Pastor said that when a sheep has passed, you will know by the current that accompanies it. Mama did not come alone. As you also don't walk alone. Mama came with an important person who I want to introduce to you, and this is the resident district commissioner for Kono district, Ajat Fatuma Nisaba. The acronym RDC represents President District Commissioner, and these are representatives of the President himself directly, the office of the President in the various districts and territories across the country. So today we have important persons in our midst, and Mama, we want to thank you for that. Mama Judith, I request that now that you have come home, you need to hear the man of God and receive that blessing because you need it. I know you are busy and you may want to go somewhere, but just spare this moment and listen to the man of God. You will never regret the time you have spent. So you give your speech, therefore, and you give us the messages of encouragement and the blessings from the President. I know whenever President comes on such occasions, he comes to smile on us. It's something she has got. That's the nature of the President. And so, Mr. President, I want to invite you to please come and deliver this message, and after that, Mama, I will invite you to come and talk. Welcome.
You know, as human beings, there are things that intimidate. Now, with the presence of Honorable Minister, who is coming to us with the powers from His Excellency the President himself. Particularly to honor this great event of today. It makes us feel so good, but at the same time, you know, you feel a little bit shy. But welcome, Honorable Minister. Mama w'ekitiibwa Minister tukwaniriza. Our Uganda Union President Dr. Mackay is trying to give me your names so that I can pronounce them when I need. Sabalabirizi wa Uganda amuwadde amannya g'owekitiibwa Minister. Tiwana abayagadde okulyogererako asobola okulyatula obulungi. But I really fear mispronouncing names.
n'abantu abakyamukuba nga baliko okulaba nti ate tebalikozesa kulemesa kyakikulaniteka
omubaka wa pulezidenti wekisi akkiriza ekkanisa okufongera okuyambako
pulezidenti yeebazizza ekkanisa omulimu gwekola omulungi n'okubunyisa ekigambo kya katonda ate era n'okwetaba mirimu gy'okuyamba abanyazaala okuba nga bakulaakulana ayongedde n'akubiriza church okwongera okulaba nti ekubiriza abagoberezi okwetaba mu programs ezijja okulaba nga zitujja mu bwavu nga bannayuganda omunya ebyonga EBF, programu y'abavubuka, programu y'abakyala, ne programs endala nnyingi ezizze kulaba nti zonna kyaki tuyambamu okuzikunyisa mu bantu n'okuzetaba mu butere abantu baffe basobole okuba nga bava mu bwavu.